I want to actually go back for a second because I did have a question about those videos. When you're on the ground, why do you try to pull people's pants down? There's a legit reason. I want you to explain it.
It's the same reason I got kicked out of the fucking NBA Finals. No man is just going to step and stand over me. I'm sorry. I have a kid watching at home. My kids at most games. But, like, how am I supposed to explain to DJ? Daddy, why is that dude standing over you while you land on the ground? Like, because, like, I can't explain that. But what I can explain is why I'm pulling up on him. So because he's standing on, I can explain that. You know, I don't want my two daughters seeing a guy standing over me. I can't respect that. And so why do I pull the shorts is because my core isn't tight enough to just get myself up. So I use the shorts to get me up.
Leverage.
Yeah,
you need
I use the shorts to get me up. But I'll tell you what about pulling shorts. When Jaylen Brown went in the media and said he's trying to pull my shorts down, I knew I took his heart. And not that I'll have it next year. I got to regain it next year and next time we play him. But I knew for the rest of that series I had him. Because you know you're standing over me. And you're going to go to the media and say he was trying to pull my shorts down. Like, come on, bro. You standing over me. Like, own it. Like I tell all these, stand on that. You got to stand on business. And when he said, oh, turn your alarm off, man. We're pretty cool. We are pretty cool. When he said he's trying to pull my, it's two things that Jaylen Brown went to the media and said. And one thing these young guys are going to learn, like, hey, man, you better pay attention to what you say because somebody else is watching. He said he tried to pull my shorts down. I said, yep, I got him. It reminded me a lot of, you remember the clip of Alonzo Mourning and Dennis Rodman's talking to him, and Alonzo like, this motherfucker is crazy. When he said that, I said, oh, yeah, I got him. But another thing he said, and I sent it to our team, he said, we are not afraid of the Golden State Warriors. I sent it to our team in a group chat and said, we are afraid of the Golden State Warriors because nobody asked you, are y'all afraid of us? Why the fuck are you talking about that? He's like, we are not afraid of them. We'll do this and we'll do that. I knew at that point, I'm like, yep, this is baby food and this is over and we're going to walk on out of here with a championship. So to answer your question, I answered your question. I pull up on the shorts because I got no other way of getting up. And I can't just lay there. And like, imagine if I was trying to get up like this while the guy standing over. It's all over, and that's how I got to get up. So I pull myself up, and it works. It works.
It looks worse in slow-mo. It honestly does.
Now,
it looks worse in slow-mo.
Well, one thing we are certain of is the NBA definitely reacts to social media, and so y'all make sure y'all blast that clip of me saying I got bad core, and I'm pulling up on the shorts to get myself up. So when it happens next year, they won't suspend me. Be great.
My second question about that video, very specifically, the when you fouled Jaylen Brown, and you decided to move your legs to the right and rest them on his shoulders instead of just naturally going to the left. It seemed like you decided at the beginning of game 2 that you were just going to be an asshole that night. And I want, because I actually have said this on ESPN, on the podcast, it seemed like after game 1, you guys lose, you didn't play particularly well, you admitted that on the podcast. Going into game 2, you were like, I'm just going to wreak havoc no matter what.
I also told y'all I was going to. I was shocked at the reaction of everyone after game 2. Because I told y'all, what they say, they're watching your podcast and taking clues. Well, damn it, I told y'all I was going to act the ass going into game 2 because I was awful in game 1. The reality is that I wasn't really awful. But, you know, I drove that, and so I'll take that. But I told y'all, like, I was soft. We were soft. We let them come in our house and get a win. We hadn't lost at home. I felt like I could go out there and bully them a little bit. And sure enough, I was, and I hear their coach on the sideline yelling, stop talking to him. Why are y'all talking to him? Just stop. Leave him alone. Don't get into that with him. And I said, you know what? I need to do more. And everybody's like, slow down. You're going to get ejected. I told my mom, I said, Mom, and my fiance. By the way, I blame my Game 3 performance on them. They dogged me after that game. Like, why are you like this? It's ridiculous. You need to carry yourself better. Blah, blah, blah. And and so I knew that I told my mom, I said, Mom, we are better off with me getting ejected and causing a bunch of havoc than we are me just going out there and playing soft and going through the game and me staying in the game. Because if I get ejected on that type of time, our team can win. I got benched in game 4. We still won. Like, our team can win, but I'm going to make sure I get them on that type of time. And so for me, it was like, I'm going to just go in and I'm going to create this mindset of just totally disrespect these dudes and destroy them. And if I can create their mindset, whether I get ejected or not, we're better than them. They're going to just keep this going, and we'll win this game whether I get thrown out or not. So that was how I felt, and I rolled with it. And I mean, I don't think I deserved to get kicked out, though, which most people said I did, but it is what it is.
Did you think it was easier at all because these guys had not been there before versus like when you're playing the Cavs and they know what you're about to do?
Well, it's easier because we're not playing LeBron James. Like, right, Andre? Andre, no. Like, they asked me a question. They asked me a question in the press conference, like, how does the IQs rank against the Boston and LeBron? They're like, shut up. Like, what are we talking about? It's easier because you're not playing LeBron James, who is like the ultimate mastermind in our game. And so you're not playing that chess match with him. And like, it's a lot easier to play chess match with anybody else. But against LeBron, it's different. And Bron can prepare his guys for what's to come. Al Horford couldn't prepare them for what was to come. So you know that going in, and you know, no disrespect to Al Horford.
Al Horford catching strays. Al Horford catching strays. I'm just saying.
Well, Al Horford also did this in game 1. And then he did it in game 6, and I laughed at him, and they lost. But, like, they didn't know what to expect. And, like, going into that, being in the finals 5 times, like, you understand what to do with your family. You know, you understand what to do with your friends. Like, you understand all of these things. I put my kids on a totally different floor in the hotel room because you just need to stay locked into that moment. And so I knew that they weren't truly ready and prepared for that moment. And I knew we would be able to lean on that. And sure enough, we did.